Hello everyone, Running Rabbits here, and today I'm doing this watercolor painting of this nature fairy. It's been quite a while since I've watercolor painted anything, and even when I did do that watercolor painting, it was a very fast one. It was of some mermaid type creature under the sea, and before then I hadn't watercolored in years, and I made that piece months ago. So this is my first actual time in, I don't even know how long, since elementary school, that I've decided to do a big kind of watercolor piece. So we used to do a lot of watercolor paintings in bookwork back when I was in elementary school. We called it like picture and writing, and we'd make all sorts of like books, and they'd all be illustrated with a mixture of Crayola and watercolor paints. So yeah, we used to do a lot of watercolors back when I was a youngster or whatever. But it's been, like I said, it's been quite a while since I've done any sort of watercoloring painting or any painting at all. Last painting I did was just like a color wheel painting I did in my Foundations of Art class last year, and it was acrylics and didn't really take much skill to do. It was like a fancy color wheel. It did take a long time to do though. So yeah, I haven't done much painting, so I'm not very experienced. I am using a mixed media paper. I forget which exactly it is. It's a very common one. I'll put the specific paper type down in the description below. I'm also using an aqua brush because personally one of my biggest peeves about watercolors is that you have to constantly dip your brush into the little glass of water, and that's just too much of a pain for me. So aqua brush really helps because I don't have to keep dipping my brush. The water is already there, right there in my brush. All I have to do is give it a little squeeze. So yeah. I remember quite a few techniques on how to watercolor paint from elementary school, because we did all sorts of different techniques and stuff. But yeah, again, I'm not very experienced, and I don't have the best paints. I have very cheap paints that we got from AC Moore or something when I was like 4 years ago or something for a school project. So yeah, there is super cheap paints. So yeah, they're not great, and I think it would be cool to see use a more expensive type of paint and see how they differ from the paint that I've been using. And I also use tubed paints, so I have to squirt them all in a little palette and let them harden or whatever, and then I can finally use them. Or at least that I was told that you're supposed to do that. Like, you're supposed to squeeze the tube paint into your palette and let it harden, and then you can use it like regular pre-paletted paint. But I still use mine when they're wet because I'm too lazy to let them dry, and I really don't think it makes a difference. I don't know. So as you can see, I decided to do a full body drawing. In my last couple of videos, or basically all my videos, I talk about how I don't normally do full body drawings or anything like that. So this was me trying to step out of my comfort zone instead of just doing like headshots. So yeah, I know the anatomy is not perfect. I did use a reference, but even the reference, I don't know, her arms seemed a little too long, and the hand is kind of strange. I really like drawing hands on like a big scale. I don't like to draw hands that are actually attached to bodies. I like to just draw hands alone by themselves, like large, you know? But some reason when I ever try to draw like small hands attached to like a figure or whatever, I struggle so much with it. So I was trying to not to focus too much on the hand. Like one's like behind her leg, so you only really have to see one. Yeah, the legs, the leg that's not bent is a little weird. It kind of looks like a hot dog or something. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how this piece turned out, considering that I don't really do full body and I haven't done watercolor in quite a while. Also, the color pencils that I was using was one of my Col-Erase colored pencils, but I also used my very cheap Craft Smart from Michaels watercolor pencils. I have 3 different types of watercolor pencils. I have the super duper cheap Craft Smart watercolor pencils. Then I have the Faber-Castell watercolor pencils, which are a little more expensive. But then I also have the Derwent watercolored pencils, and those ones are the super pricey ones, and I'm pretty scared to use them. I plan on using them to like customize Monster High dolls, so I don't actually plan on using them to paint. So even though they're watercolor pencils. So yeah, I decided to use the cheaper ones because I'm not as afraid to use them. Quite a mouthful. Oh my goodness, mouthful. I'm trying to do this in one take, so yeah. I really hope you guys like this piece. I also kind of regret outlining her eyelashes with my inking pen. It makes her eyes look kind of strange, but I wanted to, I don't know, add some emphasis to her face and, you know, show that she has eyelashes. So, yeah, kind of regret doing that, but you know. I also used my Jelly Roll pens. I used my silvery glittery one, and I used my regular white Jelly Roll pen to do some to accent her flower crown and the 4 little flowers in her hair. I also don't really draw fairies at all, even though I think fairies are really cool. So I'm not really good at drawing wings, but you know, they're not terrible. And here I'm just taking off the tape, and I thought I was going to actually do more of a background, but I didn't, so wanted to keep it pretty simple. I also don't draw mushrooms. A lot of artists like to draw mushrooms. I don't know. And here I'm just doing my signature. Again, I really hope you guys liked this piece. And if you like this video, please leave a comment, like, and a subscribe. It is always appreciated. And I hope you all have a great day. Bye, guys!